Jeremy Roloff and Audrey Roloff may seem like one of the happiest famous couples out there, but each writes in the couple's brand new book about past troubles in their marriage. And not just basic harmless troubles either. We're talking about soul-altering sins that caused both Jeremy and Audrey to question their values, their morals, and the overwhelming desires present in their private parts. We're not really kidding. First, as previously outlined, Audrey wrote openly in A Love Letter Life, the tandem's memoir that just went on sale today, about how she and Jeremy engaged in some naked behavior prior to getting married. They didn't have sex, no, but they did engage in some impure actions that involved a bathing suit. Naughty, right? Yes, if you're a devoted Catholic, as Jeremy and Audrey have often claimed to be and have often written and talked about with their social media followers. Now the former Little People Big World cast member is here to delve into his own shame, to explain to readers that he isn't the wholesome and clean-cut husband he's maybe always come across as on television or on Instagram. Jeremy too has sinned. When he first started dating Audrey, Roloff writes in this book that he was failing behind the computer screen, explaining in more detail. I had wandering eyes when it came to risky images and social media profiles I had no business looking at. In other words, Jeremy liked porn. However, Roloff somehow argues here that he wasn't into porn in the traditional sense. That is, the naked sense. I know many men who excuse their porn habit because there is no nudity, says Jeremy. But the sin of porn can happen in the mind with or without articles of clothing, no matter whether it's on Instagram feed or an explicit website. Okay then. We're not entirely sure how porn can happen in the mind, unless Jeremy simply means here that he used to picture women naked in his head. This is also known simply as being a male. But Jeremy was ashamed of the behavior. The father once says in the memoir that about once a month he would become lazy, bored or stressed, and scroll naughty websites. I realized I was a hypocrite, he admits. I said I believed one thing but acted out another in secret. And I was breaking down, whether or not I recognized it. To be clear, Jeremy wasn't acting out any lewd fantasies or actively doing anything untoward, unless you consider perusing some websites to fall into this category, which Jeremy evidently does. After kicking the habit for a bit, Roloff tells readers he grew stressed as a result of his 2014 wedding and got bitten once again by the adult entertainment bug. The parasitical sin had not vanished, he actually writes. At this point, he sought help in his local band, Oregon Church Group. It was here that I found a pastor who wouldn't stand for unrepented, habitual sin, says Jeremy, adding. He called me out and set me straight as he explained the biblical truths about someone who refuses to turn from sin and walk in righteousness. Jeremy also opened up at last to Audrey. He told her everything, and it nearly ended their relationship. When I saw the look of betrayal in her eyes, I felt mournfully sorry. Tears ran down her beautiful face. "Why, Jer?" she asked. "Why?" he recalls in the book. Note, perhaps this explains why Audrey once posed nude in a bathtub, to give her husband something to ogle at without feeling guilty. Thankfully, the couple worked through their issues and later welcomed daughter Amber in 2017. But the end was nigh there for a little bit. Audrey was devastated. "My behavior had fractured our trust, scarred our intimacy, and broken our unity," he writes. These days, Jeremy isn't touching the keys on his computer screen any longer in an attempt to look for sexy women. But he is still touching his wife when the pair can squeeze it in. That's been made known.